is up, everybody? How are you guys doing today, man? I am going to be exposing one of my buyers' price lists for the iPhone 16. Now, what I mean by exposing, so I have 50 buyers. I have 50 buyers that I work with on a consistent basis. They are all over, okay? We have 25 in the country, and we also have some that are out of the country, okay? And I'm talking about all over the globe. Now, what sparked me to be able to have this type of connection? So, number one, let me tell you guys, I've experienced being the person that only has one buyer, okay? And it's really, really bad. It's not something that I think any phone flippers should have to deal with, but a lot of us do, right? Let's just be honest. A lot of us have to deal with someone that we may not necessarily know if they're giving us the best price. I had to deal with that, and it was hard. It was hard because I think at some point in time, I started to realize that the more phones I sent this buyer, the more the buyer would cheat me on the price. And that was a pain point for me. So what I did was I collected a list. And the list that I collected, was a list of different buyers. And I would go to different buyers depending on what phones and prices they had, right? And last year, I started to scale. And I started to compile all of these buyers together. I ended up creating a WhatsApp chat with all of the buyers all at once. I said, hey, what if I paid you all to work with me on a price list and we compete and we make it so that we put you guys in a better position to get more phones, since I do deal with on average around 300 phone flippers on a weekly basis. What if I can get you guys some more phones while also you guys give me a price list that you all agree on, that my phone flippers can be able to bid on and be able to get competitive pricing? This was a hard thing to put together, okay? Because you have a bunch of different egos. You have millionaires. You have people that are money is nothing, right? And it was hard for me because I had to put together a price list that actually cost a little bit of money. Okay. Now, this price list does cost a little bit of money, not a lot of money. It's fairly cheap. Okay. It's $90 and you get it for life. Okay. Now, it updates every single week. You also get access to 50 buyers. Plus, it's going to grow. Okay. Next year, we want to get it up to 100 because of the fact of us being so big as far as a unit on this price list. We currently have around 220 something people utilizing the price list every single week. That means people sending phones. So that is a really good thing, right? And we let me show you, right? We are able to do so much with this price list. It's not even funny. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys the price list before I expose what I'm about to expose. Now, what I'm exposing, guys, is this price list right here. Okay, so just to let y'all know, it's a different price list, and I'm gonna explain to you guys why I'm exposing it. Okay, so again, you get new phones, you get used phones. Okay, you get Samsungs. All right. You get iCloud lock and blacklisted phones. You get iPads. You get Apple accessories. So this is my favorite because you can do game systems too. So Nintendo Switches, you can do Xboxes, you can do PlayStations, you can do Home Pods, you can do Apple Magic keyboards, mouses, a bunch of different things they are always looking to buy are on this Apple accessory tab. Then you have the Apple Watch tab. Then you got the MacBook. Right now, like I said, this updates on a consistent basis, okay? And what happens is let's say you have a phone that you would like to sell. You would then just send the picture of the phone, the IMEI, and also the grade of that device. If it's new, you would then say it is new in the box, it's activated, sealed, non-activated, or if it has no box, it has no box, just the headset only. And what happens is now all 50 buyers are getting alerted. Then they start to bid. They start to bid on these devices, and we give you the top bid. Okay, so it's sort of kind of like an auction system to allow you to get the control. Now, why am I exposing a buyer's price list? So I have a buyer who has claimed to me to be offering the highest price for iPhone 16s. And he literally today texted me this, okay? And I want to go over how the prices for the iPhone 16 are panning out. They're going up, they're going down, they're getting better. But I preferably say if you are somebody just starting out phone flipping and there's no need for you to be getting a phone such as the iPhone 16 just because the iPhone 16 is going to cost you more money, right? So like let's think about it. The main objective on phone flipping is to get a profit. The main objective is not to get the newest phone. But what happens is a lot of phone sellers, people that are selling phones on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, if you look, they're looking to get the newest phone, thinking just because I get a new phone, I'm going to get more money. And that's not how the phone flipping industry works. It actually works the opposite. Just because you get a new phone, 9 times out of 10, you get that phone right when it releases, you're going to get a cheaper number than usual. Because what happens is it takes a while for the market to set with the device. Now, this is something a lot of people that do Facebook ads don't know. Why? Because Facebook ads is sort of kind of the equivalent of a salesman just being a salesman in an office, vice versa, a salesman being a salesman in the field knocking on doors, right? I am that guy that knocks on doors instead of sits in the office and hopes that my billboard attracts people, because I understand that others have the capacity to be able to afford a billboard or two too, right? And if they can afford a billboard, how do I know that theirs isn't shinier than mine? I'm going to say it again. How do I know that theirs isn't as shiny as mine? Now, you may be like, well, what does that matter, Brandon? I'm going to explain to you. What it matters is if I am somebody looking to build, grow, and sustain a profitable price list, I want to be able to close my leads. What happens is when you do it like a Facebook ad campaign and you only rely on that, which a lot of these fake phone flippers are doing, because to be a phone flipper, in my opinion, you have to have something to show that you're a phone flipper. Like you can't keep saying, oh yeah, my buyer will do this. Show me your buyer. Show me a buyer's price list. Show me something that others don't have access to. There's not a lot of people that have access to this price list. There's not. And it's interesting because a lot of the prices that I do have, nobody has access to around me, nor not a lot of people in general have access to them because they're unique. And what I mean by unique is they're personalized, okay? And that's a benefit to not only me, but to you guys too, because we work together, okay? We're all hustlers here, okay? Now, when it comes to this price list, I had my foot on the ground, which allowed me to network with different people and be able to get certain things like this. So I want to update you. We got the iPhone 16 Pro Max 256, white plus 10, the desert plus 10. Now, why are they offering more money for different colors? So what you'll realize is sometimes you'll see buyers offering more money or less money depending on the color. Now, usually the reason they do this is because of a discrepancy in the market. Maybe customers are looking to buy the white ones. Maybe they can't find the white ones. Maybe the deserts may be low stock where they're at. So they're offering you a spiff, if you will, an incentive. Now, it doesn't always last. Sometimes it changes weekly, especially on the price list that we have, the phone flipping price list. Now, if you want to get that price list, of course, you can always go to hustlertaughtme.com. Now, you go to hustlertaughtme.com, you can get the price list right now, okay, for probably less than the 90. Let's see, because I believe I put it on. So periodically we'll put a sale up. Yep, $50. So next year is going up to 150, 100%. Okay. But you can get it for $50 right now. And this price list, right? If you get it, what you also get is weekly updates on prices from buyers too. And what that gives you is a networking opportunity. Okay. You get the network. And networking is what got me my price list. And that's what I try to show you. A lot of people be like, hey, Brandon, just give me some buyers. So the way that works is if I'm passing buyers off to people and then the buyer says, hey, how did you get my number? And you be like, hey, well, Hustler, some guy I know online gave it to me. They're not going to bang with me no more, because the phone flipping industry is weird. Like you have, the more power you have really is determined on your exclusivity. So you'll find that a lot of people will say they have buyers, but their buyers are buyers selling to other buyers. I'm proud to say that as far as I know, the buyers that I'm dealing with about 85% of them are end buyers, which means it stops at them and then it goes to a storefront or another consumer, right? So as you guys see, with the white in the desert, with the 16 Pro the Pro Max locked and the 16 Pro locked, they are given a spiff. So you have three categories. You have the phone category, the sealed non-activated, the activated, and then the no box only, the handset only, right? So we're not gonna go through all of them, but what I do want to do is go through like the highest. So we'll go through the lowest and the highest. We'll skip the middle because a lot of people don't get the 512s or the 256s or the nobody really gets those in profits. But as you guys see, like the iPhone 16 Pro Max is looking really well with the 780. That does seem like it's going up, and I think that price point is fair. Now you're going to get a lot of phone flippers telling you, "Hey, no, I want 9, I want 1,000," and that has passed, right? Like you need to have like a 1 terabyte to even reach at 800 mark with me. You know what I mean? Like for me to give you an $800 offer, it got to be a 1 terabyte. Now, with a lot of people, they don't understand that. They think that their phones are already worth that. And I mean, we could look on OfferUp and see that. And I bet you, like, let's see. If we go on OfferUp, let's go iPhone 16 Pro Max. Let's see what. So 950, 915. So you see how some people are not price gouging? Like, do you see how some people, their prices are reasonable? That 9 times out of 10, if it matches up a little bit with the price list, means they're a wholesale seller, which means they sell phones on a consistent basis. And see, this is why I don't do ads, because then you have somebody like this doing a free one, and I mean they're probably getting some traction, but think about it, right? The traction they're getting probably isn't equivalent to the traction you can get by just talking to people and being personal, right? While yes, they probably are making some money and they're probably getting leads, you got to know how to close on the leads, and they haven't done a lot of action because they only got 8 reviews. So, but again, you could do free ads too, right? But something like this, the 1470, I would never do. The iPhone 16 Pro Max for 700, that sounds good. The 900 sounds okay. 1299, absolutely not. So like that's why it's important to have a price list so you can know, all right, I know I'm not going over this amount. This is all market value as well. Like this isn't just what the buyers offer, right? So this particular buyer, this is exactly what he offers. But on the price list, our price list only shows you market value. So if you have an iPhone 16 Pro 128 Desert and it's activated and you see that somebody is trying to offer, I guess, the market value when you look at it is $760. If you look at the price list, you know for a fact that, okay, $760 is what that phone is worth. So number one, before I buy it, I'm going to offer below that, right? So you know never to go above whatever the price list price says, okay? Never go above that price. You always want to stay under it, okay? And then once you get the phone, and let's say you got the phone for like, let's say $725. Now, when you send it to the email for the price list, the beautiful thing is the buyer 9 times out of 10 will pay $790, $780. They'll pay a little bit more than what prices are on this price list. And that's what is really cool. And that's what I enjoy and love about this price list. All right, guys. So I wanted to expose it. You guys can look at the list and see the prices. But again, you should not be offering anything above any of these prices right here. Okay. I wanted to share this with you guys so you guys are not over buying phones. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.